Ghana has reportedly turned down a request for a state visit by South African President Cyril Ramaphosa.
Another Ghanaian by name Michael Odro was also killed in the same vicinity. Anytime we raise issues through the International Department for International Relationships, nothing is done.
And they've all said the challenge of migration is not unique and new to South Africa. It has happened in other countries or locales. And
the United Nations must know they failed to tell Trump to stop ICE. Why are they coming to tell us that we can't get rid of people that we don't? If you want us to believe that your role is the United Nations.
One man came out from the back and said, help her. Show her that we are not like her people.
You are stupid, guys. You South African people. You are very stupid. Why don't you go to your president? Why did he go to Cape Town?
So today I have about 3 different stories for you. One is the South African president requested for a state visit to Ghana from the Ghana government, and it was turned down. It has been turned down. And also some South Africans have traveled to Mozambique, probably on holidays, and a particular resort or beach house or whatever that they visited, they were asked to leave because of what is happening in South Africa. Also, I think there is a company in South Africa that I think mainly deals in delivery. Like they do delivery, that's courier services, and they provide courier services, I guess. And because many foreigners have been sent away from South Africa, the company decided to employ some South Africans. And oh Lord, oh my, what is happening to these South Africans with the motorbikes that have been given to them? It's an eyesore. I'll show you all these videos. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. You don't lose anything by liking. Just give the video a thumbs up. Let's go into the video, watch, come back and talk.
Ghana has reportedly turned down a request for a state visit by South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, according to Ghanaian officials who spoke to DW. The decision comes as tensions remain high over recent xenophobic violence in South Africa. Last week, Ghana raised concerns following the killing of a Ghanaian citizen amid protests on 30th June that called for migrants to leave the country. Sources within the Ghanaian government say the planned visit, which was expected to take place in early August, was declined to avoid possible public backlash and protests in Ghana while emotions around the issue remain strong. But despite the tensions, Ghana's High Commissioner to South Africa says relations between the two countries remain strong.
We don't have any diplomatic row between the two countries. The two countries have been good in terms of friendship, in terms of our bilateral transaction, in terms of also our multilateral businesses across board. I think that the government of Ghana had only wanted what it's demanded of every other government across the globe, that you take care of any country citizens that find themselves in your country. You make sure that we have this, you call it the spirit of Ubuntu, working among all of us. I think at a point we felt that, and rightly so, that there was a bit of a challenge when it came to those things. And I'm sure that the government is doing much to improve upon that. Relationships are top notch. There's no diplomatic row between the two of us. We are only being fair and being that person that is supposed to hold you accountable. I'm sure that if these things were to be happening in Ghana, it would be the same thing. We'll be holding the Ghanaian government accountable. So it's not wrong that we hold the South African government accountable.
In October 2025, when I took over as the High Commissioner, just some few days after, a gentleman by name Samuel Asante, a Ghanaian, was killed in the same vicinity in October last year. Now, in February this year as well, another Ghanaian by name Michael Odro was also killed in the same vicinity. Anytime we raise issues through the International Department for International Relationships, nothing is done. So if we had also kept quiet about this particular murder, this distasteful act of murdering citizens, especially of Ghana. This is the third Ghanaian that has done. And they've brushed all aside. They do nothing about it. So I think that it was against this backdrop that the minister felt that, no, we need to speak about it and get them to react and do what is necessary. So I believe that in one way or the other, we've gotten them to now admit that these 3 murders that have happened are in no way going to be left off the hook. They are going to investigate it and ensure that justice is sought for the Ghanaians who have lost their lives in this area.
So This is quite troubling. So you say last year, October, a Ghanaian was killed in this same area?
Yes. Yes.
And February
by name,
this year?
Samuel Asante, yes.
Samuel Asante?
Yes.
And February this year, another Ghanaian was killed?
Michael Odro was also killed in the same vicinity. All in the name of what the police want us to believe. The narrative that they feel is right for them to use is that they were killed because they didn't pay protection fees.
So a number of things
First of all, there is a huge diplomatic role between Ghana and South Africa now. That is because Ghana has declined Ramaphosa's visit. You know, he was scheduled to come next month, which is August, but now Ghana say make him no come again. Every nation has the right to do whatever they want. You Ramaphosa, no? Something was going on in your country, and you say you respect South Africans' right to protest, and that you endorse what they are doing. Yes, it is your country, so you understand. Now, Ghana is also saying that they don't want you to come to Ghana. Your visit, you know, they don't want it, you understand? Being in South Africa or go to wherever you want to go. But in Ghana, coming to Ghana right now, they don't want you. So imagine Ghana declining Ramaphosa from visiting. And then that Pakel man is saying that he will come here and revive our African spirit. It will be beautiful when he comes here. So this is a diplomatic tension brewing. I hope they solve it. But right now, Ghana is not happy with what is going on in South Africa. Or they are just not happy with the way Ghanaians are being treated in South Africa. So Ghana have declined Ramaphosa's visit in August.
Quickly, I do apologize. Just on the issue of repatriation, there's been a lot of developments around undocumented immigration in South Africa. The international community is also worried about this issue. And I know during your family meeting, you did outline some of the measures that government will take place. Just give us a sense and put the public into confidence that government is addressing these issues.
Well, as I said in my address to the nation, we have admitted some of the weaknesses that have given rise to the challenge that we're facing now, but we are addressing those challenges, and the government is giving leadership to this whole process. We are managing, together with other governments, the process of repatriation, and these are all voluntary repatriation processes. I have taken time to speak to some of the heads of state of countries that are affected by all this, and nearly all of them have said, we understand the challenge that you are facing. And they've all said, the challenge of migration is not unique and new to South Africa. It has happened in other countries or locales, and they say, what we would want to see is that the human rights of all concerned, both South Africans and foreign nationals, should be respected. And that is precisely what I have been stressing, that we must respect the basic human rights of all, and nobody should be targeted because or by anyone other than being processed by a government official. Nobody has the right to approach anyone and ask who they are, where they come from, and all that. That is the sole reserve or sole role of the government, and we are proceeding to process people who want to leave the country, and a number of people have said they would like to leave, and we are enabling that. We've set up repatriation camps in a number of places, but especially in Mosina, and that is going very well. And we're cooperating not only with foreign governments, but also with other non-governmental organizations who are monitoring this, and some of them are international sort of refugee bodies, and they are very pleased with the way in which we are handling this matter. So government is giving leadership. Government has also heard the concerns that have been made by our people. We are sensitive to what our people have said, and we are addressing all those needs. For instance, border security, ensuring that we enforce our laws, ensuring that we enforce not only our laws but our labor laws, insisting that employers must make sure that they employ documented people, and they should no longer employ undocumented people. So all that is an effort through which we are executing our responsibility as government to manage the issue of migration. And I think we are becoming more and more successful at doing that.
The United Nations must know they failed to tell Trump to stop ICE. Why are they coming to tell us that we can't get rid of people that we don't? If you want us to believe that your role as the United Nations is anything worth taking seriously, start by dealing with Trump and ICE. Then we'll take you seriously from there. They must not caution their citizens against violence. They must come and fetch their citizens. That's what a good government does. You don't. The time when they were running away from their countries to South Africa because they claimed their countries were not safe, they didn't caution their citizens not to come to South Africa, did they? Now, why are they cautioning their citizens to continue staying in South Africa and be safe? If they are not safe in South Africa, they must caution them to go and hop to the next country or come back home. Don't caution them to stay here. We don't want your citizens anymore. If you as a government of Zimbabwe are ever failing your own citizens, don't make them our responsibility. We don't owe Nangwangwa anything. If he is failing his own citizens, that mustn't be a burden on us. We've got our own problems that we must take care of. When we vote, we're not voting for Zimbabwean people to reap the rewards of what we are voting for. The United Nations must know they failed to tell Trump to stop ICE. Why are they coming to tell us that we can't get rid of people that we don't? If you want us to believe that your role as the United Nations is anything worth taking seriously, start by dealing with Trump and ICE. Then we'll take it seriously from there.
Jacinta really want to finish the South African people. I swear to God, this girl don't know what she's doing. This girl is openly and directly telling the United Nations that they are not serious. They are not serious people, all of them. They are not even a serious organization since they can't handle Trump and ICE. You are comparing South Africa with America. The only thing the United Nations need to do is to place sanctions on South Africa. Bro, let me tell you something. Some of the aids and humanitarian things you guys are getting in South Africa is all provided by the United Nations. And if those guys cut that off and place a sanctions on you guys are going to starve to death in that country. I promise you. Because Trump refused to listen to the United Nations, you think you can do it and survive it. This guy is stupid. And you even they tell and say they are not worth being taken serious. See, even Trump, when they talk about, has to go there and address them at some point. Yes, South Africans, you guys will not go and tighten this girl up, eh? This guy is out here gambling with your features. With your kids' features. You guys are following her around like deaf and dumbs. Continue. Until you get your point where you guys can't afford to even say, Abambe. When I go realize what they do.
We just want these people to be employed. And that is going to happen today. Whether we give you CVs or we don't, you are going to remove each and every foreign national that is in this environment, and you are going to employ South Africans.
Even nenkinga hlobane nokusikima isidina nenkinga hayi man.
Yes.
We didn't swim to other You guys are our helpers at home.
Why are you coming in Mozambique?
Why were you there?
Where? I'm here in the country.
And you? We're here to visit.
To visit?
Like you. We're not here
Where?
to go to We're here to visit.
Where the beautiful country. That's why you like it. Why you coming? So why you chase us then? Why you chase us? You are stupid guys, you South African people. You are very stupid. Why don't go to your president? Why did you go to Cape Town? Why you come in Mozambique? Very stupid. People, we cross with you people. We're not help with you guys. We're not help with you guys. We get caught with South Africa people. I tell you guys, you must go tell your president to fuck off. Yes. And I make video also. Yes. I make video.
Yes. You want my passport?
Yes.
We didn't swim to other
Gentlemen, I'm very disappointed about the treatment that the African countries want to give. They want to give to the South Africans. They want to push us on the corner that we have to accept the illegal immigrant in our country. That is very much impossible. Even them, they can't accept people who are not having people in their countries. But as they want to push us on the corner, gentlemen, the South African who are in Nigeria, I think they can come back at home. They are welcome. We'll welcome them with the warm hand. Those who are trying to chase us from another, they say they don't want South Africa, they don't want other South African business. It's fine, we have everything. We don't have to worry, we don't benefit anything from Africa. We don't get anything. They must go to hell if they want. I think they can, all South Africa, they must come back in South Africa, because the treatment that they are going to get in Africa is going to be difficult to them.
Wow, what a good news. So, the Mozambiques are currently chasing away South Africans from their country. That is fantastic news. Don't worry, I have the video evidence. Look at it here. I will play it for you guys to watch. Just the last. Secondly, the Ghana president has rejected. He has rejected and declined the president of South Africa visiting Ghana. That is also fantastic. I love the energy the Africans are giving back to South Africans. I love the energy we are giving back to them. Now in Mozambique, the viral video is currently trending. Look at it here. Where the Mozambique are chasing away South Africans, telling them to go back to their own country. Now the Ghana president rejected because the president of South Africa said he wants to pay a visit to Ghana. He wants to come to Ghana for a visit. But the Ghana president rejected. The Ghana president said that go and put peace between your citizens and foreigners. Go and end xenophobic attack against foreigners. Go and put your house in order before talking about visiting Ghana. The president of Ghana rejected and declined that president of South Africa will not be allowed to enter Ghana. That is fantastic. That is, bro, I love the energy the Africans are giving back. Watch the video first. May not be they talk too much. Watch this video. This is what is happening in Mozambique. Watch this video.
Where? I'm here in the county.
And you? We're here to visit.
To visit?
I said you. We're not here
where?
To go to
where?
We're here to visit.
Where the beautiful county? That's how you like it. Why you coming? So why you chase us then? Why you chase us? You are stupid guys, you South Africa people. You are very stupid. Why don't go to your president? Why did he go to Cape Town? Why you come here in Mozambique? Don't fuck off. You must fuck off. South Africa people. Shit. Stupid. Hey, not here.
Have you been targeted in Nigeria? Has anybody said, you're South African, right? We'll get you.
So that's happened. I was leaving Lagos. I was going to Abuja and I almost missed my flight. And you know how it is now. Please, I'm so sorry. Like, please, please, please. And they wanted to help me. And then I gave them my passport. And the ladies was like, I'm not helping her. Literally. It's like, I'm not helping her. Did you see her passport? And the man was like, One man came out from the back and said, help her. Show her that we are not like her people. And that's why they helped me. That stuck with me because that's what the man said. The man said, if we do it, there is a message that she can go back and take back to South Africa. And they helped me.
What airlines?
This was... Why am I forgetting? This was Arik.
It was Arik.
This was Arik Air.
Well, Arik Airlines. This was not planned. But whoever that man is, thank you.
This was Arik Air, actually. It was Arik Air. Literally came out from the back and said, no, help her. Show her that we are better people. And literally, they did it for me. And I was like, yeah, that hit where it needs to hit. But yeah, I've had backlash both sides. Nigeria, South Africa.
When it comes to Afrophobia in South Africa, I think we need to stop acting as if we are in the minority as South Africans. We need to be clear and resolute and say firmly, not in my name, that these Afrophobes who turn away pregnant women from clinics, who turn away 10-year-old children from schools are not acting on behalf of us. And honestly, when you look at the numbers, they are such a small minority. Jacinta is out here making statements on behalf of all South Africans. Babe, who did you speak to? The march that happened in Cape Town a few days ago, only 300 people attended out of a city of more than 4 million people. I checked the media reports for the other cities. In Pretoria, they said around 150 protesters attended. In Joburg, they said a couple hundred. Durban had the biggest turnout with a couple thousand. out of a country of 60 million people. Who are you speaking on behalf of? Now, the danger is that we have so much things in South Africa to be angry about. There is so much suffering, there's so much desperation that you just need to light a match and things can go horribly wrong. We saw that in 2021 with the riots in Durban, that the majority of those people didn't give a fuck about Zuma being in prison. And what there was like more than 300 people who were shot dead, and we still don't really have answers as to what happened to them. People die. In 2024, Heritage Day, we organized a anti-Afrophobia rally at the Castle of Good Hope with a couple of other organizations. More than 5,000 people attended. I've been to marches, pro-Palestinian marches, with like 20,000 people attended. And Jacinta says she speaks for all of us, with 300 protesters. And to those on the fence, I just want to say, don't give in to the propaganda. The facts don't match up. Go onto Google, go onto Facebook, even WhatsApp has AI. Ask any questions you want to know. I will give a simple example. The reason March for March was going to schools and stopping children from attending, they said that the Department of Basic Education was inundated with foreign national learners, right? False. According to current stats, there are 11.4 million children currently in the Department of Basic Education. Only 260,000 of those kids are the children of immigrants or immigrants. Anyway, I don't want to get into that because a lot of creators have already spoken about the myths and the facts like in detail. I just want to say that don't give into the propaganda. We need to be clear, we need to be resolute, and we need to say that this does not represent us. We are not like these people. And when I say these people, I don't just mean March for March. I mean Donald Trump, I mean Nigel Farage, Gayton McKenzie, and I can give you a whole list of politicians saying the exact same thing that Jacinta is across the world, because this is a political ploy.
You know what is happening in South Africa? Firstly, I don't blame those people. I don't blame them. Because what has been happening from Kudara. Because you know why? Those people are just confused. They are just confused. Look even at let's start off with their flag. It wasn't even designed by a Xhosa or a Zulu person at all. It was a white European man that designed that flag that you guys raise so high in the sky. Secondly, your national anthem was an African war cry during apartheid that was put together by many African nations. The hymn, the chorus, and apparently, if I'm not mistaken, the lyrics again was by a Dutchman. Yeah, only one verse of the chorus was put together by I don't even know if it is a Zulu or Xhosa man. That's not part of my history. But I do know, because even in our country, we sing it. Ishe komborerai Afrika, gaisi mudzirwe zita rayo, inzwa imiteuro yedu. We sing it in our country because it was an African war cry, whatever hymn, right? Thirdly, you guys don't even have a name for your country. Your country. You don't even have a name. You are so proud to be a direction of a whole nation, South of Africa. Of Africa. Listen to this. Y'all are South of Africa. You don't have a name. No wonder y'all are confused.
The majority of the crime, particularly interpersonal crime, violent crime, happens between people who know each other. And those are South Africans who know each other. There's also this assertion from the president that illegal migration places additional burdens on health services. That is not the case, because many undocumented people deliberately avoid the public healthcare system. Why? Because they are afraid of being victimized. They are afraid someone within that system would call them out and call a police officer on them. Also, it's not people who overwhelm the healthcare system, it's people who steal from the healthcare system. 2 billion rand from one Tembisa hospital alone, stolen. Also, where I'll fact check the president, he said that migration often linked to the perceptions that foreigners are benefiting from welfare. No, they don't. Yes, in certain instances, people who are asylum seekers, in other words, legally allowed to be here, they can access certain grants. But then also he said that he linked undocumented migration to organized criminal networks involving in trafficking and extortion. Of course, there is crime in every group, but I would argue quite vehemently the majority of the crime, particularly interpersonal crime, violent crime, happens between people who know each other, and those are South Africans.
Was it hard to sleep out in the here yesterday?
Yes, it was so hard. And I couldn't even imagine the cold weather. And I really wanted to vomit, and I told my mother and dad, and I was like, can I have a blanket? And there was no blanket. It was so hard sleeping at night without any blanket or food.
Is this it? You had no blanket and no food?
Yeah. I wish I could go home and rest my head, because staying in the cold night, don't have food, nothing at all. And it's so terrible.
Were you scared?
Yes. So scared.
So now the question is, why is the South African president requesting for that state visit? For what? I don't think this is the right time, as the Ghana government also said. Because listen, this is just within how many days? Today is what? And June 30th, just look at what people did, looting people's shops. And just recently, I think about a few days ago, we also heard a Ghanaian has been unalive. And we have not seen any proper thing that has been done to curb this particular situation. And you want to come to Ghana for what? Like, I don't even get this South African president, seriously. Honestly, I think everything that is actually happening, it is well orchestrated. They are intentionally doing this because, trust me, I don't understand. I don't get it. Why do you want to visit Ghana? For what? You understand? Why do you want to visit Ghana? It doesn't even make sense. And also, these South Africans, it's funny, they have decided to visit Mozambique amidst all of these things that is happening. And just look at what the Mozambican woman was telling them to go away, to basically go away. She doesn't even need them around. You see, this thing has started gradually, and I'm not hoping for this, but it seems like it is going to escalate to a point that South Africans will be isolated, and it seems like it has basically started. South Africans are gradually going to be isolated because they allowed this to happen. They allow themselves to be used, and it's sad. Now, I don't know, when it comes to motorbikes, these South Africans that have been employed, they say they want jobs. There was even a video that I actually saw of a South African courier service guy or a motor rider or like a delivery guy that I saw. I don't know whether what he was sent to deliver was food or whatever. He was eating it. You see, listen, South Africa is going to, in a year or two, is going to turn to something else. Let's see. I'm not hoping for any bad thing to happen to the country, but honestly, the way things are going and the way they are doing things, just look at these guys, the way they are falling off these motorbikes. You don't even know how to ride a bike, and forcefully you want to. I think they should just take their time, teach them how to ride these bikes, because honestly, it is too much and it's sad. Thank you so much for watching.